Alright, welcome everybody. My counter was starting back from 59 again, but it's fine. Let's continue on this Vecna. So this is where it was, this is where it is. There are a couple changes I want to make. Let me see. First I want to get rid of that necessarily. This is so bad looking. And I don't want to see it anymore. That one is okay. And then I want to work a bit on these skulls. I'm jumping around so that it's not excessively boring for you, hopefully. I might actually work on it off stream at some point so that I don't have to waste your time too much. Alright, let's see if this works. I want to duplicate these skulls a little bit. It's probably going to be a little too brash with the selection tool, but let's try nonetheless. Let's just try with these first. I want to see what happens. This is more me trying things out. So that's obviously transparent. What if I use a hue saturation on this? Get a bit of an idea of the color is it. It's not multiplying. It's not doing anything if I do this. Why? Oh, it could be this. It is that, actually. Put it on top. Try this way. Still not color. Oh, it is. Just have to lighten it. It's just black. So that looks horrible now because of the hard edges, but that's kind of what I'm gonna go for. What are these? Something like that. So later, that's what I'm gonna do. Not now. For now, let's just go back to the main Vecna dude. Now working on this layer. My trusty triangle brush. Let's lighten some of these areas. Maybe I should have made it a little larger. In retrospective, maybe I should have. Retrospective. But I guess we'll run with this. I'm just working a little bit on the sternum because it needs a little bit of adjustment. Right now things are looking a little stiff compared to what I would like them to be. So how is everyone? Whoever's watching. Hey Chase, yeah, I'm okay. You got any fun planned for the weekend? I think I'm going to assemble a heatsink for a friend, a CPU heatsink. On top of this, so let's see. Maybe the other brush. Get it. Okay. The better shape. I'm not happy with these shapes, so stuff here. Are you replacing the heatsink or installing one? I'm replacing it. Because the one he currently has is really noisy. So it's not like the computer is unusable, but he's using an old stock cooler AMD, and it's really noisy, really annoying. I would like to stream a little bit, so that makes it pretty much impossible because it's like a turbine, jet plane turbine type of noise. So they're not very pleasant for the listeners. I guess it's also very distracting when you're working. I have the same problem with my PlayStation 4, but I'm afraid of opening. I could replace the thermal paste, but I don't want to break it because they're really expensive. Like consoles are really expensive now, so if I open it up and I do something wrong, then no more PlayStation 4. Although it is loud, extremely loud. Unbearable type of loud. I started playing. I started playing God of War while I was already playing God of War. I started playing with headphones or earbuds because I was so annoyed. It was horrible. The noise was just insane. Something like that could work. Now we just have to bring it to a better discipline with the colors. Because right now, all of this is pretty much... I'm gonna add some dark here too, maybe with this. It's pretty much the same. Like, this is purple, that's purple. I'm gonna add some darker tone to this tape sort of thing. That's pinkish purple, and it gets confusing and not really good, to be honest. So something like this, maybe. Have you played God of War, Chase? Just finished it yesterday, so I'm still in that, oh, I just finished the game mood. Really awesome game. I was surprised, I was not expecting it. Having played the first one, I was not a big fan of that, but this is just something else. Play a little bit of the old ones. I own the new, but I haven't played it yet. Yeah, I wasn't on the same boat. So since I had it there laying around, I'm like, okay, I want to try playing it at this point. And it was a really pleasant surprise. Much like nothing to do with those. Especially Kratos, the character development is huge. He's a very well-rounded character now, and he's got good story and everything else. I did not enjoy how he was before in the previous games. Didn't play much of the others, but I played the first one extensively, and obviously it's a very old game, so it was pretty much a token brute character. But now he's really, really well done. I was impressed with everything. This is probably easily the best, art-wise, it's the best game I've ever played. Is everything down to the smallest piece of rock is designed, and it's really incredible. Like, what they pulled with this game is incredible. I'm not used to this level of dedication. I guess I don't play as many games as I used to, but Crazy Old Games was basically a violent psychopath. Yeah, he was. But here he's completely different. Completely different. Again, I didn't go in when I bought the game. I only bought it because it was on sale. I spent like $8 for that and Horizon Zero Dawn together. So I was like a no-brainer. Like, okay, well, 2 AAA games for $8. It's like pretty good as a price. And so I didn't play it until I started it last month, and I was pleasantly surprised. I gave up on Horizon because I got stale. I don't know, it was not fun anymore. After a while, it was all the same. But this one is something else. It's really something else. Gorgeous visuals, very fun gameplay. I played it in story mode because I don't want to bother. I know it's like blasphemy to play such a game story mode, but I just don't have time to play seriously. All in all, it's really, 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 really. I know I've said really many times, but it deserves it. So yeah, very positively impressed by the whole game. I think I'm going to try some extra stuff that I usually don't do. I generally just finish the game nowadays and drop it. But this was an incredible experience, so I think it's worth it. And I hope everyone else who played it did the same impression, because I literally stopped sometimes that just looked at the environment because it was jaw-dropping. Jaw-dropping. See. Between work and my own projects, these days I usually will play the roguelikes and maybe focus my attention on one RPG for a while. Yeah, understandable. Same thing here. It took me a long time to finish it. I only played about 40 minutes, 40-ish minutes a day, not even every day. It's about, I think, I don't know, there isn't any hour counter, but I think it took me about 25 hours, something like that, to complete. For me, it was worth it. It's usually not. I usually feel very guilty when I play. This time, I think it was. I think it was a really good experience. Alright, it's looking okay. Might be a little too large of a difference between these areas. Need to defocus a little bit, make it a little lighter. Something like that. Yeah, it kind of feels a bit like it's been pasted on it right now. Because it has been. Another layer. Make that mean single layer. We can fix it anyway. I'm gonna integrate it just a little. Last year I had more spare time, so I played and completed 14. 14? Wow. Can you recommend any? Because I haven't found any good RPG recently. I want to try Tales of Arise, but I'm afraid of the excessively stereotyped Japanese look. Since I had enough time to experience it. Not a big fan of the usual little psychopath girl stereotypes, you know. Lady in danger, blah blah. Usual stuff that they put in the Tales games. A lot of them were older ones, which are less bloated. Yeah, when I play RPGs, I usually tend to go towards older stuff. I wanted to try the Chrono Cross remaster because it's an older game. So I'm pretty sure it's not that convoluted. There was a lot to love in the older JRPGs, especially. I mean, they were my favorites. Nowadays, not so much for me. Trials of Mana, Bravely Default 2, Grandia 2, The Saga Frontier. Okay. I played the first Bravely Default, and I liked it. Although it had its limits, obviously, but it was pretty fun. How is the second one? We have a tangent here. I don't know. I have a tangent. That tangent here. Right here. Yeah, I still have some room. This year I played Secret of Mana, Earthbound, Rune Factory 5, and Chrono Cross. That's really it. That's still way more games than I played. I played God of War, Horizon, which I gave up on, and The Journey. Pretty short game for the PS4. That's it. I don't think I played anything else this year, unless I am forgetting something. Like anything else I actually finished. I tried some games, but not really seriously played anything else. Trials of Mana also has a remaster, right? Most of the time I play stuff like Slay the Spire or Hades. I haven't played either. I know them. I don't know Slay the Spire actually. I know Hades. Gamers watching are probably hating me now because I don't know that. I'm not a big time player anymore. Video game player. I noticed that over time I became extremely particular on the types of games that I want to play or that I can play without getting bored. Because it has to be worth it. If it's not worth it, I'm like, well, I could spend my time doing something else all day. Slay the Spire and Hades are nice. You can do a playthrough in like 20-30 minutes. Yeah, I can imagine. For me, at least nowadays, playing games has become more like reading a book. So when I sit down to play a game, I want to be part of a story. I want to experience something. It's not always been like that. I used to play more gameplay-ish games, but I guess I'm getting older now, so I want to. It's more for the whole experience than the actual playing the game. That's why I played God of War in easy mode or story mode, because I just wanted to focus on the storytelling and appreciate the art and things like that, without being worried about dying all the time. Since I'm not good at playing stuff. I'm the same way. That's why I appreciate games that have some sort of a journal that recaps what I did last time. If it's been a while since I last played. Yeah, I appreciate that too. I appreciate that too. Technically, lighting is kind of off here because light should be coming from the other side. But let's pretend it also comes from the top. It's kind of top lighting, sort of. Center top lighting. Otherwise, I would have to have directional light here, and I don't really want to do that. Something more like this. Here, I feel like these could be a little larger, maybe with some. Very dark enough, maybe. Go a little brighter here on the corner. This. These jewels. Hey, Loon? Loon from Paris, so I guess you'll read it Loon. Thank you. Welcome. The moon. I speak a little bit of French. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's really bad. My French is bad, but I studied it at school. How are you, Loon? I think it's the first time you joined the stream. Be a little too wide. I'm probably going to use color dodge later. Hop back to this other arm. I think I want to simplify a little bit over here. That looking, you got too much stuff going on. Maybe all the muscles probably also wrong. At least some of them, I'm pretty sure are. Some more shadow. Yeah, quick shadow. Somewhere here. Let's get some light and should pull through this. This cape does not make any sense. This would not be normally possible, but let's pretend it is. For the sake of the composition. Let's pretend it is. So I kind of ruined this. Take it back. Darker outline. Yeah, I'm probably gonna change it not so black. Looks cool anyway, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the point. Just make it look cool, even if something is not 100% accurate. It's fine. I'm gonna leave the hands for later, because I gotta pull out the reference again. And they're gonna be complicated. It's gonna take me some time. Let's work on these jewels, waist area. You have to reintroduce some texture at some point. Ooh, I guess gets darker, intensifies. Purple tint down here. Oh, let me see. It goes from this sky blue to a like horizon sky blue to a dark purple. Yes. Stitch. Add more strings, stringy strings. These to be actually a flash color. A little bit gross, I guess. Just don't want it too uniform. This is some flash more than muscles. We could have some muscles inside here, ship through. Find your channel searching Grand Blue Art on YouTube 2 weeks ago. Glad I did. Oh, cool. Wow, I'm indexed for Grand Blue. Yeah, this one is a little different. Vecna from Stranger Things / DnD. Because I've done a lot of stuff in Grand Blue Fantasy style, so I want to branch out a little bit. Not as much in terms of streaming, but in terms of actual work that I have on. huge fan of the Grand Fantasy style for monsters, especially. Very classic. Are starting to bug me a little bit. Something like that. Any favorite character on Stranger Things? Like the human characters? Or like type of monster? I know it takes me a little while to answer. It's because there is a little bit of a delay on YouTube. I think it's 12 seconds, so bear with me. Oh, this went down to 20% again. That's right, it was on. Character and monster. Character. So from season 4, my favorite character was Eddie because he was funny. Honestly, I really liked the character development of Eddie, season 4. And we will not mention any spoiler here. Obviously, I really like Eddie, and in general, I like Dustin. Honestly. Also Steve. I think Steve is pretty funny. And he's got a very, very good development throughout the series. Steve, I mean. Needs a dark outline though. Something on the blue side. Steve is really cool. The Mind Flare design too. Oh, though. Yeah, I really like it. Honestly. The Demogorgon. I think I mentioned it in one of the previous streams. I'm not a huge fan of the flower type opening of the mouth. I like the overall design, but I did prefer when it was a little more. It was a little more scary and shadowy in the first season, because it gets a little less scary when you see it, especially in season 4. For me, at least. Let's add some atmosphere. A little more purple on here. There's something that bugs me about a lot of these tendrils, but I guess it's fine. Let's move on. maybe like this. I wish I had a brush with a little more texture. I just don't yet. Should probably make one. Seems to be careful. Let's grab some. I'm probably going to add a little bit of cheat layer to these things, like the gold and stuff. Say like cheating. I don't know if it's the good word, but the blue glow looks so ethereal. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is the proper word. I'm trying to make it look like another one I really like that I have as a reference. Like the glow. Or broken drapery. Some pendants of some sort. Oh, gold. Maybe some copper, brass. These beady things are probably needing a little more saturation. Ooh, I don't know why it does that. Where does it go? Why does it click there? I wonder if it's my mouse, because I'm using the pen now, obviously, so. Weird stuff. Want these to be more saturated? No. I guess this is fine. Let's add some red. One of the tricks to getting gold look like it's shiny is actually add a little bit of red and texture fade. A little bit of red as an overlay. Not like this though. Wait, let me find. I'm probably gonna use a triangle. Or not. Let me go back to my airbrush. Not blue though. See? It's already looking a little more golden. Something like shiny. When you paint with actual paint, you what you do is using a red or green underpainting. But here you can just cheat and use overlays and color dodge. Chase says, I've been trying to make gold and silver variants of certain monsters and they always look bad. Try overlays. It's not always gonna work, but sometimes it does. And if you keep having trouble, you can use, you can take, if for my monsters, for example, you can try to take one of the Grand Blue Fantasy things with gold. I think that's pretty well done, and just copy it. That's what I did at first. to make it look more metallic, I think I mentioned it in one of the previous streams. It's a good idea to increase the value range, so darks get darker, lights get lighter. This part still has a lot to be worked on, but in general, you want to add pretty dark darks in your crevices, and that will make the rest pop. I don't know why this goes down to 20% every time. Like if I do this, it doesn't. What does it? It does. And I should have probably kept it a little thicker in my default settings. What is this? This could be silver, maybe. Why not? But this white, it doesn't look so good at the moment, obviously, because it should sparkle a little bit, but it will. But just adding this white compared to darker areas is making it look a tiny more and a bit more metallic and more golden. This one has, this one is thicker maybe. Let's add a thicker layer on it. Thicker ring. It looks like a donut right now, which is not good. So let's try something else. My hand is starting to not be able to glide on my Cintiq anymore. Black. Should be. Really looks like a donut, though. No. That's better. Maybe you can add some decorations around it, some darker indented areas. This, maybe it's too yellow. Could be that too. It's three-dimensional. I don't want everything to be precise to the pixel. It's like I want to preserve this dirt that I have to a degree. Not completely, but to some extent I do. So I am leaving these kind of dirty borders. This area should probably be a little darker. Some purple, which is also going to be very good looking because of the yellow of the gold. This, purple and yellow are complementary colors, so obviously. Just darken it, slight purple tint. Dagger is going to be red without scabbard, I'm thinking. There's actually something I forgot. Before I continue, I want to try doing something. I want to try adding a texture on top, which I should have done a little earlier than this, but it's better than never. Let's see if we can grab one of the textures I have. Or where is that? Where was it? It's on my thumbnails. I think I kept it in reference textures. I'm not necessarily going to use it. I don't even know if it is going to load because I stopped Drive because of the stream. So, NVIDIA share died. Okay, what happened? Can you guys still see me? Hopefully, yes. But my Windows is currently crashed. Okay, I should not have done that. Okay, hopefully the stream is still running. Yeah, okay. Oh, it loaded. Hey. I surely hate Windows 11. This was not happening with Windows 10. It's so annoying. Let me try pulling this one in. Let's see if it works. Please do work. Okay, it does. Let's see what we can do with this. Right, I want to sharpen it like that. And color burn. Okay, this is clearly too much. But if I decrease the fill, not to 0. Let's see if we can introduce a little bit of texture that's actually useful. Okay, I actually want, let's see if I can put it underneath. I went on top. So let me just do it here. Just a little bit. I'll move it around. It's too dark in some areas. It's not that dark. I just wanted to cover the whole thing, so I'll just make it a tiny bit. Oops. Tiny bit. Oh, apply the smart filter. Why was this smart? Oh, okay. I get it. Or apply. Should be away rasterize? Yeah. Okay. Burn. Or linear burn. I prefer copy. So let's see if I can do it without maybe adjusting the levels. Let's do something like that. No, I liked it before. Okay, let's just keep the bare minimum. Like that. And let's see if it lets me bring in another texture. Maybe this. Wait. What is it doing? Don't kill it. This sort of texture. Here. Just here for now. Color damage. You know what? I'm gonna do this later. I'm gonna leave this texture here, not the other, and I'll keep painting on top. I do want some level of texture, but not that much yet. It's gonna have it, just not as much. This is a ring. Hmm. Bring it down to 20. I'm gonna work out some of these. So this probably wants to strap around the waist. It goes down this direction. There's gotta be some sort of golden chain sort of thing. Yeah. Thickness on this side. This circular screen. The good thing about using textures, and ideally I would use a better texture than the one I had, but I haven't had time to find, or I haven't been lucky enough to find some that I really like that are high res, is that everything will look a little more realistic and more varied just by doing that. It's the red. Wrap around this little horn, shamanic horn thing. But he's not properly a shaman. I guess it fits the theme. I think it's enough. He's got something behind here. Oh, we can just cast this in the darkness. Forget about it. Dagger. Oh, this is not working. Do need to be. Yeah, this is gonna have some color dodge later. And probably also needs a little purple. It's going towards the back. It's not red enough. Did I have the glow? Where's the glow? Here. Yep. Here. We are starting to define all these little shapes a little better. This is probably part of the iliac crest. I think I have lost a little bit in definition here because of the layer I added. So let's add back some of that. Some of that variety and some of that color. This needs to be a little more uniform. Let's darken it. Okay, right now I feel like the elements are a little bit detached one from the other, so it's not bad looking. It's actually, I'm pretty happy with it. But some parts will need work, like I lost obviously some brightness there. But it's going in the right direction, I think. Something slightly light, something lighter. Here's darker, dark. Let's just use this as a some sort of bony. It's like beads, so it's gonna be white-ish. Define these shapes a little more because some of them are excessively vague. This texture pen for that. And he's got these little leaves floating around. Let's pretend they're green. We introduce a little bit of variety. I think one of these can also be more pink. Something like that. What happened to my other window? It's gone. Nice. Hopefully we're still streaming. Might have closed it accidentally. think I should go over all these and try to make them train them a little better in the overall design. Because they should be affected by the nasty atmosphere here. Let's jump around a tiny bit. Make some purple down here, maybe. Here. And a little more. These are actually pretty good, honestly. I don't even know if I want to change them as much. Obviously, some need definition, but overall, the bones of the legs are fine, I think. So I worked on them a little more. So I think they look pretty good, honestly. Find the robe here a little better. Cut out parts we don't need. Put that away. This goes, this goes. So we'll need a little bit of spirit touch. I'm gonna see if this works for next time, I think. These look fine. Where was my other reference here? We could add a little bit of brown, maybe. This layer. Maybe here. This could be brownish. Sort of purplish brown. This. Yeah, I think this works well. Yeah. Maybe we should know what that is. It's a ghost, since we're working on a sort of a ghost. Or ghosts. Dead. This is start coming together. This will necessarily start taking a little bit more shape. This needs fixing as well. I could have some more consumed reddish edges. It's the same, man. Let me see. Yes, it's too line. You bad. You're jumping around tiny bit every time. Bob Green says, skulls, yes. Of course. I mean, we're drawing many, right? Jeff's gonna be happy of the use of skulls I'm making. Says you're not gonna use skulls. Why do I have to draw skulls? I'm never gonna use them. Well, here you are. And the anatomy I should have studied. Also. All of that good stuff. So afraid of tackling the hands. That's why I will dedicate a whole stream to them on Monday, probably. I have to admit, it's much less scary than it used to be, because I've drawn a lot of hands. Like, the pen is dragging on Cintiq. I don't know if it's because I used it a lot recently. It's gonna scratchy noise. Rings through. The transition here is really too harsh to moderate it. It's too dark there. What I do here is basically lay down a stroke, then color pick, then lay down a stroke and color pick again until I achieve the smooth result that you see. Smoother. Not super smooth, but it's fine. It's smooth enough. Well, since we're approaching the end of the stream, I can very positively tell that the Google Drive was our previous issue on both platforms. So hopefully I can just disable that and stream in peace without worrying too much. This needs to be lighter here now and darker in the sun. It's weird. This is darker here, darker here. Probably need to draw the back side of that too. Use flip over here. Oops, maybe. Well, I think it's looking good so far. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I still have to perfect this type of finish and the rendering, but I think I'm liking where it's going. Okay, let's leave this here and resume on Monday. I think I went a little too dark in those areas, but we can see. Okay, this is obviously there's transparency, so it's not going to be visible. But when I crop it out, we'll see. I will add a dark background and see how it looks. Yeah, pretty happy so far. I'm pretty sure we can finish it in a reasonable amount of time now. The back is going to stay like the mantle cape sort of thing, and the back is going to stay like that. That's pretty much done. Thanks, Bob. The rib cage needs a little bit of tweaking because it's looking weird right now. I'm going to fix these stringy things here. Maybe I'll make them a little lighter. It's too dark here, too dark. Obviously the jewels will need some more rendering, and then the buck and the skulls. That's probably going to be the last part. Or I'm probably going to do the hands, both hands, on Monday and segue to the whole thing, since this hand is pretty much ghost hand, and then start with the skulls and the other stuff. I might do maybe some skulls depending on how long it takes. I will do some skulls live, and the others are going to be done. Probably going to be done off stream, but we'll see. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching, and you guys have a nice weekend. I'm gonna see you next week.